Yo, been a long minute. Been about 2 weeks, I think, a little over 2 weeks. Honestly, I was trying to figure out what to like talk about, but I don't even know. I don't even know what to talk about. So I'm gonna just give an update. It's like a check-in. You feel me? Just like, yeah. Um, yeah, it's been about a little over 2 weeks since I posted. Um, there's so many things I could say. That's why it was so hard for me to figure out what to talk about. But I'm gonna just flow. So first of all, it's warm today. It's just so it means so much more. Like warm days like this. I think about like 72 degrees. Um, what's today? February 27th, I think. I feel like time and distance can make things more like impactful or like more meaningful. Like for me, um, like during so it's been winter, obviously, right? Um, where it's been cold. You know what I mean, we're having snow. This year we haven't had too much snow. Um, my fault. There's a bunch of flies around here. Anyway, what I'm saying is, these winter times, it can be tough. Obviously, you know about um, seasonal depression disorder, stuff like that, and just the effects of just being inside, not getting as much vitamin D um, that our bodies need. You know, and especially black people. Um, um, where am I going with this? Oh, my fault. So, wintertime. Obviously we know about the negative effects that can happen, but also just it being cold, and just cold snaps and vortexes and blizzards and snow and just being cold, and not having that much sun, or even if it is sun, it's cold, so nobody want to be outside because it's cold outside. You know what I mean? So, um, and it's just it means like the warmth and like the sun and days like this. It just means so much more when you've been in the cold for so long. You know, haven't really been going outside. You try to go outside because you know it's good for you. Try to go outside for at least a walk or whatever, exercise, breathing the fresh air. But the warmth is missing. Like that sun, that summertime feeling, just being in the sun and just not having to wear a coat, not having to wear a hat. It's nothing like it, and it's like it means so much more when you've been in the cold without the sun for a long time, and then in the middle of winter you get this 170-degree day where it's just warm. Like you've been, you know, you think, oh, I don't gotta wear my hat, I don't gotta wear my coat, I don't gotta wear my jacket. It's like I don't gotta worry about my hands freezing up. Like, yes, I've been missing this. You know, I don't know. I just wanted to say that. Like I said, I have no direction for this video. I'm just flowing, just talking about whatever. But that just came to me. Like right now, as I'm recording, I just realized that it's like, yo, like I really appreciate this sun, the warmth, and it feels so good. Like, yo, like my goodness, like I think we got like one more day of this kind of weather, then it's back to 40s and 30s and 20s, 10s. You feel me? Like, so yeah, I'm just enjoying this in the moment. Um, you know, just being present, being here. Matter of fact, that segues to kind of how I've been feeling the past couple of weeks. I don't know, just being present, just being here and now. I feel like I've gone through so many different stages. First of all, in the past 2 weeks, or since the last time I posted, I've gone through so many different stages and evolutions. But I just want to say, in my spiritual journey, I've had multiple awakenings. My last one just happened to be the biggest one, And so it's like when you come off of a spiritual, like when you just have one, it can kind of, you can kind of get like this like high, this like spiritual high where you're like, yes, like I know who I am. I'm stepping in my power. I feel connected with God, and I could do anything. And it's just the synchronicities, and my life feels magical. And it still feels like that for me. But now I'm just more used to it. But um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So, but the point I'm trying to make with that is another thing that comes along with that, kind of like that spiritual high or whatever. It don't got to be just off that, coming off of a weekend. It could just be any moment in your life. But when you are in your head a lot, kind of like you're in the imaginative plane, you're in like maybe you're daydreaming a lot. Um, Fattest bird. Uh, and just in your mind, just in, I guess you could say, almost like, oh yeah, I said daydreaming. So you're thinking about, ideas and plans and things you want to create and do, like all the time. Um, I'm saying that because I've been in that. I was in that for months, you know, to where I'm literally just in my head, just thinking all the time. I spent a lot of time just sitting and thinking, and also just throughout the day, just daydreaming and stuff, just thinking about stuff and then writing it down. Da, da, da. That I would call, like, and I would say during that time, I was less grounded, you know, which by the way, it's nothing like bad about it, but you'll see what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a balance of things. In that time period, I was definitely just in my head in the clouds, more in the imaginative plane, just thinking about stuff, just very high up in the clouds. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Constantly thinking, having ideas about stuff, kind of, and being excited for them. You know, you can see your dreams and visions clearly in your head, and you know, it's exciting, and you want to act on them. But it's like you're less here. You're less kind of like worried about stuff going on. Not worried, but it's like for me during that time, I noticed that I kind of slacked off in terms of like, I don't know, stuff like I had to do, like making appointments and bills and stuff like that. I still did them, but it's like I slacked a lot more because I was in my head more. And then there was a period of time where I really wasn't in my head. It's funny because right after that time period where I was in my head, then it became like I wasn't in my head that much. I still had ideas and stuff, but I was way more grounded, way more worried about um, uh, just handling business, doing stuff in my immediate environment, what I can see, what I can feel, um, talking to family more, um, and kind of my dreams and stuff. They're still there, but like not really thinking about them as much, or not being as excited. I feel like in that more grounded state, I was more like, it's the kind of thing where like, I don't know, it's just you got to deal with the mundane. You have to deal with real life type shit. You feel me? Like I got bills. I got to do this. I got to plan for my future. I need to write this down. I need to make this meeting and schedule this appointment. I have to make this plan. Da 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 da. You know, there's a lot I'm skipping over, and honestly, that's probably stuff I've talked about in my past videos. But all that to say, where I am now, I'm in a place where I feel like I'm literally juggling. It's not juggling. I'm balanced. I'm balanced between those two worlds where I'm very in my head and thinking about ideas, and I've been writing a lot in my stories and creating. I got so many things I'm just so excited for the future and stuff that I'm currently working on and getting better at and learning. But then also, I'm also very grounded at the same time. It's like, yo, I don't have a job. I got to figure out, um, you know, what I'm gonna do next and stuff like that. Um, and just worrying about my health. I've been stretching more, doing a lot of yoga. Honestly, I realize I do yoga like almost every day just from stretching, from like working out. But anyway, I don't know. I feel this balance, this between the seen and unseen realm, you know, in a way that I never have been before, and it feels amazing. Um, I had to get used to it, but it's like, wow, it's like I'm here, but I'm not here, but I'm good. Like it's I don't know how to explain it. That's the thing. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to have a name. Um, I do kind of have a name. I do have a name for it. I mean, um, I'm actually writing something that kind of explains it. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel it's like this in between. It's like I'm here. I'm in the in between, and I find myself sometimes going more in the imaginative, spiritual realm. My head is up in the clouds more than times when I'm grounded. I'm here and present now. I don't know. I just feel very balanced. I just feel very balanced. Um, and just been a lot more present. Another thing I can say is, and by the way, it's not like, not to say that things are perfect. No, things are never perfect, you know. But I'm saying I'm good though. I really and I feel so good in life right now, even though there's a lot to like worry about. You know, I always say I can't even worry if I tried. You know, like genuinely. You know, like. But the other thing I was gonna say is I realized that um, it's so beautiful today, yo. This sun, there's barely even a cloud in sight, man. Anyway, maybe this will be the last thing, but I just wanted to say, um, also for me recently, I realized that like it's kind of like I've been like watching myself live instead of actually living, which is very interesting. Um, in a way that's like just constantly thinking about what I should be doing. Um, it's like constantly wanting to work. It's like, what's next? What's next? What's next to achieve or next to do? It's like always looking towards something to either fix or something to do or to achieve or work towards. Um, Instead of actually just really just going with the flow. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. I feel like I'm now really achieving flow state. That's the thing. A lot of where I am now, I was feeling this like a while ago, like a couple months ago. But now I feel like I'm like fully in it, you know. I just realized I don't even know if this is making sense to y'all, but I'm just saying how I feel and saying it how I know how I feel, how to describe it, you know. So, but yeah, I've been good though. Been good. I didn't mean to have this 2 week gap of not posting, but it is what it is. And that's another thing. It's like I'm just so. It's like I'm like I said, it's not perfect. I'm still finding my balance, but it's like giving myself grace and being consistent at the same time. Knowing when to pull back, knowing when to push forward, knowing when to just cruise, knowing when to just lock in and just chill. Confirmation for Mr. Tweeter. Hello birds. I've been getting so many confirmations. It's actually insane how like this is the most synchronistic things have been as well. I've been getting so many confirmations, like literally throughout the day, and it'll be stuff I've been thinking about that come up in a song or a podcast or something like this. I'm just sitting and I'm thinking about a bird, and a bird just comes right by or whatever. Like in like a very just divinely timed way, seeing symbols and all that. So I feel like I'm cruising. I feel like I'm floating in a way. Last thing I'll say is it's how do I even say it? It's like I don't know, just being present wherever I am, going through the seasons, because it's like that's the thing with these seasons, these 4 seasons that we have in a year. It's like just like the sun rising and setting, at least relative to us. It's like it's an unstoppable force of life that just is. These seasons, they repeat. They have cycles. You can't stop the sun from rising. You can't stop it from setting. You can't stop it from getting cold. You can't stop it from you can't stop the leaves from falling off trees. You can't stop them from blossoming and growing. It just is. It's a part of life. And the key, one of the many keys that I've learned personally, is one, to be aware of that, to acknowledge it, respect it, or even revere it. Revere it and cherish it and honor it. And a part of honoring it, you honor yourself to experience or feel whatever you feel and while you're going through it. There's a lot more on that. Probably make another video on that, but it's like, yeah, like seasons change. It's cold today, it'll be cold again. It's cold today, it's gonna be warm tomorrow, and then it's gonna be warm another day, and then it's like, the sun is gonna rise, and the sun's gonna set. The day's gonna get longer and longer and longer until it gets the longest of the year, then it'll get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, and it's gonna repeat, and it's gonna do the same. It's like, that the saying, the only constant is change. It's true. The only constant is change. It's just, how do you handle that? How do you deal with it? And those seasons, you could think about it as like within yourself as well. The different states that you go through, different evolutions, different cycles that you go through, maybe emotionally, internally. And it's like, you choose how you experience them, how you deal with them. Like, are you going to try to suppress this emotion from coming up, or are you going to allow yourself to feel it? There's so many different things you could say, and there isn't necessarily a right or wrong answer. I'm just stating just what I've observed about life. But for me personally, at this point in my life, I've chosen, I don't even know, well, I guess it is a choice, I just feel it. I just feel that it is the thing to do for me. Is just to cruise, just go along with it, not try to hold on to a season. It's like, no, it's warm, I don't want to get cold, no, no, and then me trying to hold on to the season that naturally passes. That me trying to hold on to it, that in of itself is for me, is creating my own stress for me, my own resistance for me, instead of just allowing myself to go through. It's like, yo, the seasons change, things change. You gotta let go of it. You can't be too attached to one type of energy and one type of thing, so yeah, like I said, I feel like I'm literally like cruising, now, and things aren't perfect. I'm working on things. There's a lot that I'm working on within myself. but I'm not putting too much pressure on myself these days. You feel me? So anyway, I just wanted to give that that check in. So yeah, that's all for now. Peace.